morning, everyone. I'm Sheldon from Open University. Today, I'm very glad to talk about my work on quality-aware data crowdsourcing. So, this is a joint work with Professor Nastro from Ohio State University, and most of this work was completed when I was postdoc with Professor at Ohio State. So what is data crowdsourcing? So data crowdsourcing is essentially to allocate some data observation tasks to users and then collect the data from these users in the task. So the popularity of data crowdsourcing is made possible because of the powerful mobile devices with a lot of different sensors, and also due to the pervasive connectivity, the users can send their data to the requester of the crowdsourcing almost at any time and at any way. So crowdsourcing has found a wide range of applications. One type of applications is physical sensing, which means to sense some physical environment. So one well-known example is Google Map, where users provide their locations to Google, and Google then use these locations to estimate the traffic conditions on the roads. Here, the road is green, means it's not yes. Red is present. So another example here is called the open signal, and here is to measure the cellular signal strands in the area, such that the provider can estimate the cellular coverage. So another type of crowdsourcing tasks involves human intelligence. So one real example is in Amazon Avatar. So here the task is to recognize the handwritten numbers and words on the chat. You can see the numbers and the words on the chat are handwritten, and the task is for a human user to recognize these numbers and words. So crowdsourcing provides great potential because it provides the data which can be used by machine learning tools. And for example, in this check recognition example, if we allocate this task to human users and then collect the data, this data can serve as training data. And then we can use this training data to train our machines such that our machines can automatically recognize handwritten. So our research is focused on quality-aware crowdsourcing. So here, quality captures how accurate is the user's data compared to the ground truth. For example, quality can be the difference of the data and the ground truth, or it can be the probability that the data is equal to the ground truth. So clearly, data accuracy is a key performance metric for crowdsourcing, because sometimes we need to make an important decision based on this data accuracy. For example, we may want to take one action when the accuracy is 90% correct. We want to take another action when the accuracy is less than 90%. So this is an important information for us to make an important decision. However, the data observed by individual users are inherently inaccurate. Noise, interference, and accuracy. That handwritten check recognition example people can make mistakes because the handwritten So one effective approach to improve the data accuracy is to allocate the same task to users and activate the data. So to give you a concrete sense of what is
you can give it to the presenter.
And then in this case, we receive a signal observation from the user. The user and the transmitter will determine the data. So that means a higher XAR means a higher data quality. So in general, users have diverse data quality depending on their specific characteristics. For example, if you are closer to the transmitter, then you will have a higher. Does everyone hear me? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, so the good It's important for the requester of crowdsourcing to know the accuracy, to know the quality of user data. Because intuitively, we want to assign more tasks to users with high quality. And also, we want to give higher weights to data of higher quality, data aggregation. And most importantly, we want to know the actual accuracy of the data. So, quality is important information for the requester to know. However, there are challenges in quality of crowdsourcing. Because a user's quality can be supplied with information which the user itself can learn based on its relevant private information. For example, if the user knows its own location, then it knows its distance from the transmitter, then it estimates its SNR for the task. However, this information can be unknown and cannot be verified by the requester. So intuitively, a user has incentive to misreport its quality revealed to the requester. For example, the user may claim that it has a high quality data in the hope of getting a higher reward from the requester. On the other hand, the user's effort made in the task can be hidden action. So here, the effort factors how much work is devoted to the task. So the user can make more effort in the task such that it will increase its data quality. However, it will also increase its cost. So this effort cannot be verified or known by the requester. So intuitively, a user may have incentive to claim that it makes effort to test, but actually it makes no effort. Moreover, a user's data can be supplied with information which can be unknown or cannot be verified by the requester. Therefore, a user may have incentive to misreport its data. So our goal here is to design a mechanism that can incentivize users to behave truthfully. So here is our system model. We consider many human intelligent tasks and some physical sensitive tasks which have discrete data. So here, the task can be image classification, or it can be sensing for spectral occupancy. So here we want to estimate an intrinsic variable x. Here x can take a value from the discrete set. And then the data observed by the user, di, can be equal to the ground truth x, or it can be not equal to the x. So the probability that the data is equal to the ground truth x is given by this expression. And here, the data quality is quantified by the probability that the data is equal to the ground truth. So here, this correct probability depends on the user quality, QI, which quantifies how accurate is the user data, given its accuracy. So here, QI captures a user's intrinsic capability for task. For example, if you are closer to the transmitter, then you will have a higher quality. However, this is a private information that is only known by the user itself. So here, the effort EI is a binary variable, 0 or 1. So this indicates whether a user makes effort in the task. However, this effort is a hidden action that cannot be known by the requester. So here, this expression means that if the user makes effort, then the probability will be equal to QI. Otherwise, if EI is equal to 0, then this probability will be equal to 0.5, which means the user just randomly pick a value. So we consider a quality-aware crowdsourcing framework. Here, the requester will first announce a reward and a task assignment function to all users. And then users will, based on these functions, decide whether they will participate in the crowdsourcing or not. So each user will report his quality UI prime to the requester, which can be different from its actual quality UI. And the requester then will assign an effort based on the quality reported by users. So here the requester may have a desired effort assignment. For example, the requester may want to maximize the social welfare of the system. And a user may have incentive to not make the desired effort. EI is not equal to EI. So then each user will observe the data and report its data DI prime. So here, DI prime can be not equal to the actual data DI observed by the user. So for example, the reported data DI prime can be complementary of the actual observed data. So after the data are reported, the requester will make an estimate of the ground truth index. So here, the estimated ground truth will maximize the expected probability that the ground truth is equal to the data. So the requester utility is the estimated loss given by this function. So the requester will pay a reward to each user based on its own observed data, P0, and the reported qualitative data, and the assignment effort. Here we should note that the reward function only depends on the information that is known by the requester. So here it depends on UI prime, EI prime, and the EI prime. So also here the ground truth of the variable x is unknown. So we want to design an objective mechanism such that so based on this quality-aware processing system, each user's payoff is given by the reward received from the requester minus its cost. So here, cost coefficient CI quantifies how much resource is consumed. We assume this coefficient is known by the requester, and this coefficient is uniform for all. This assumption can be relaxed. So the requester's payoff is given by the estimation loss, PC, minus the total reward paid to all users. So given this quality-aware processing system, we want to design a mechanism that can incentivize users to behave truthfully, in the sense that the optimal strategy of each user is to truthfully report its quality and also data, and then makes the effort desired by the requester. This is an important objective, because if users are not truthful, then the actual effort will be different from the desired effort. And also, the data estimation will be not optimal, because the user's effort is different from the desired. And also, more importantly, the information of data accuracy known by the requester will be different from the actual data accuracy. And also, this property is desirable in the sense that it's strong in the sense that no matter what other users behave, each user's optimal strategy is to behave. And another desirable property, which is standard for mechanism design, is that each user's payoff should be positive, such that each user's reward should be able to compensate its cost. So here is our main result. We design quality, effort, and data efficient mechanism which can achieve that truthful problem. So here, the requester has a quality Q0 and a P0 and a mixed effort. It means that the requester will work as a worker himself. And here, the mechanism will be based on a condition, based on a monotonicity condition, which means that the effort assignment function will assign more effort to users with higher quality. And this is a general and natural condition. So in the rest of this talk, I will talk about how this mechanism can achieve the truthful problem and explain the main idea behind this mechanism. So to start, we first consider a simple mechanism design problem. So consider a truthful single parameter mechanism where a bidder has a private scalar value b for divisible resource. And then based on the private value b prime reported by the bidder, a fraction of the resource a will be allocated to them. So here a is a real number between 0 and 1 because the resource is divisible. And then the bidder will pay some money for the allocated resource. And therefore the bidder's payoff is given by the fraction of resource A times its actual private value B minus the money paid by the bidder. So here we want to design this allocation function A and the payment function P such that the optimal strategy, the optimal value to report B prime should be equal to the actual value. So how to satisfy this problem? So we can show that if we can satisfy this condition, then the optimal value to report BI should be equal to the private value. So what this condition means is that it forms a unimodel structure in the sense that if we plot the tail function u as a function of the reported value d prime, then this max will achieve when the reported value d prime is equal to the private value. So if we can design the allocation function A and payment function B such that this unimodel structure is satisfied, then we can achieve this truthful problem. And indeed, in the literature, people have proposed this payment function and the allocation function such that this condition is satisfied. Therefore, the truthful problem is achieved. And we will use this idea in our design. So for our design, the first step is that we need to design the payoff such that it depends on the true quality UI, the effort defined. Because if the user's payoff is independent of the actual quality and actual effort, then the users can pay publisher without affecting the payoff. So in our reward function design, we first create this term such that the exact value of this term, the blue box, is equal to the actual quality, is a function of the actual quality UI and the actual effort behind. So this idea is similar to the peer prediction method. So in peer prediction, we compare the data reported by a user with the data reported by another user, and we reward the user if their data agree, and we do not reward the user if their data do not agree. So we can show that based on this design, no matter what quality is reported and what effort is made, the user's optimal strategy is to report its true data, which means DI plot equal to DI. And then the user's payoff can be given by this expression. So the next step is to, in our reward function, we create this part in the blue box. And this parameter k should satisfy some condition such that no matter what quality is reported by the user, when the user reports true data, the optimal effort to make is its desired effort, which means DI is divided by. And finally, we can plug in this true effort in the user's payoff, and we can simplify the user's payoff by this expression. And we can further show that we can design this payoff function such that this unimodel structure condition is satisfied. And when this condition is satisfied, so in order to satisfy this condition, in our reward function, we create this part in the blue box such that this condition is satisfied. Therefore, we can show that given that the user reports true data and makes the desired effort, the optimal strategy is to report its true quality, which means QI prime equals to QI. So, to summarize, our mechanism of QEDE can achieve the truthful problem. And in our reward function design, we first create this term such that the expected value of this reward function will depend on the actual quality and the actual effort. And also, this term makes it optimal to report for the user to report its true data. And then the next step is to design this term such that the optimal effort to make is the desired effort. And finally, we design this term such that the optimal quality to report is equal to the actual quality. Therefore, putting together these three pieces, we can solve the problem. So far we have assumed that the requester can work as a user itself in the system. However, if this assumption is not true, then we can use the data from another user as a reference data. So in this case, we will use the data reported by another user, J. Here we use J prime, which is the data from another user for the reward given to the user I. So in this case, we can show that our mechanism can achieve the truthful strategy as a Nash tree. So this probably is weaker than previous results because the previous result is a strong problem. So we can show that when users behave truthfully, the user's payoff is equal to this term. This shows that users' payoff are always non-negative. Therefore, which is the desirable probability test. And due to the interest of time, I will skip some slides. So we further study what is the optimal effort assignment to maximize the social welfare under this QED mechanisms. We also study the requester's optimal effort assignment to maximize the requester's revenue. So this is some simulation results to show that it is optimal for the user to behave truthfully in order to maximize its payoff. Here we can see that the blue curve is the optimal payoff, and the red and the black curves are user's payoff when it does not behave truthfully. You can see that these have a good model structure, as we mentioned earlier. So there have been many related work on truthful mechanism design. So many people have studied the incentive mechanism for crowdsourcing. However, most of them have focused on quality elicitation, have focused on cost elicitation, where the goal is to incentivize users to truthfully reveal their cost for participating in the crowdsourcing. And existing solutions for cost elicitation, such as this classic DCT auction and other test results, cannot work here because we study quality elicitation, which has very different structure in the payoff function. There have been a few recent works on joint elicitation of effort, data, and cost. So in this work, we studied the joint elicitation of quality, effort, and data. So there have been some recent works on quality-aware crowdsourcing. So there have been a line of nice works on the incentive mechanism for users with diverse quality. And also there have been some works on learning users' data quality. So in our previous work, which was published in YOP last year, we studied quality and effort elicitation for continuously, where the data itself takes where the data is a continuous value. So here we consider discrete data, where the data takes a value from discrete set. And as a result, the data quality has a very different structure from the discrete data case. And also, in that work, we do not consider data elicitation to assume users always truthfully report their data. So in conclusion, we propose a quality-aware crowdsourcing framework where the requester makes decisions based on users' data quality. We have designed truthful mechanism to incentivize users to behave truthfully, and we further analyze the optimal effort assignments under these truthful mechanisms. So, to our best knowledge, this work and our previous work last year were the first studies on quality distribution. And this is an important objective because otherwise the data accuracy known by the requester will be different from actual data accuracy. To achieve this truthful property, we need to overcome the coupling between quality, effort, and data elicitation in the mechanism design. So for future work, ideally we want to achieve joint elicitation of all possible parameters. But this is a very challenging task due to the strong coupling between these parameters. And we have some preliminary results on the learning with effort and the data elicitation. So we also want to evaluate the practical value and how does the mechanism work in practice for this crowdsourcing systems. So one interesting future direction is to incorporate the privacy control. Here we can add noise to users' data in order to improve users' privacy. So clearly there's a trade-off between privacy and quality. The more noise we add to data, the more privacy we have at the lower data level. So there have been some recent nice works on enhancement design with privacy control. And another interesting direction is how we design crowdsourcing system to better serve machine learning, because this data can serve as training data for many different machine learning goals. So one example is in wireless localization, because we need to collect data from user signals in order to train some localization algorithms. Then we may need to collect data from users using crowdsourcing. So there have also been some nice works on the truthful elicitation in crowdsourcing. So that concludes my talk.